Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's Fast Track. Tonight, we're going to show you how to stay green by turning off your laptops, talk with the one and only David Badaya, all this coming your way on Fast Track.
The Purdue Student Government President has been elected. Adam Klein and Kristen Schrack of ticket number 3 will be the leaders of the student government for the 2009-2010 school year. Fast Track's Laura Hoffman sat down with the two candidates to talk about their upcoming year in office.
Hi guys, we're sitting here with the new Purdue Student Government President, Adam Klein, and his Vice President, Kristen Schrack, and we just have a couple of questions for them. So my first question for you is, how did you get involved with PSG?
Okay, well, my freshman year, I went to the call out for PSG, and I actually worked myself up throughout the years. I started on the local governmental relations team. It was something that I really had a lot of interest in, so I guess I've just been involved in it since I've been a Boilermaker. It's something I'm really passionate about.
Kristen, what about you?
For me, I joined the Undergraduate Studies Program Student Council, and I was chosen from the council to be a senator. So I was a senator my freshman year, and then last year I got involved with the campaigning process and then was made the Executive Director of Campus Relations.
So how did you guys choose each other to be running mates?
You can answer this.
Okay, well, actually, I think Kristen did a really fantastic job in every role she played in PSG. I first noticed the fantastic job we did together, I guess, working on a student activity funding board, and it was a form that we filled out. It was much modeled to the Michigan funding activity form that we filled. We actually, would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, we were able to work on this committee together, and we were both senators at the time, and through that we met and just our paths kind of aligned for the next couple months, so it just kind of came about, I guess. So
what was this like working with PSG and seeing what they did, and how did you kind of integrate that into your campaign for this year?
Sure. We felt like our platform was unique in the fact that we went all around the country to pick out our platform points. We looked at other student governments and other top institutions from around the country, and we took their platform points, took their initiatives that they were doing, and we brought that back to Purdue so we could keep Purdue on the cutting edge of everything.
And also with the experience that we have had on PSG, it was really important for us to take the ideas that we've seen that have worked in the past and that some improvements that we've wanted to make along the way. So I think experience definitely helps in this kind of a role, and we're able to use that to the best of our abilities this year. And as part of our platform, we both picked things that we were really passionate about, such as for me, green initiatives and so that kind of stuff.
All right, well, thanks so much for sitting down with us. That's all the time we have, and now back to you in the studio.
President Obama is open to compromise on a bill designed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Mike Westervelt has more this week in politics.
The legislation targets global warming by enacting a cap-and-trade system, and if the president gets his way, all carbon credits would be sold at auction. But some legislators are concerned that auctioning off so many credits will cost industries too much money. Others want a larger portion of the program's revenues to, in part, invest in renewable energy technologies. Mr. Obama said he will work out the differences. His budget calls for cutting greenhouse gas emissions 83% by 2050. Also this week in politics, which nowadays sometimes seems more like This Week in Business, a proposed partnership between Chrysler and European carmaker Fiat could be closer to reality. The Wall Street Journal reports this week that Chrysler Vice Chairman Jim Press sees the deal going through. He envisions that happening soon. Press emphasized the diversity it would bring to his company. The partnership would sell Chrysler's larger vehicles alongside Fiat's small cars. The U.S. automaker is running out of time to sign the deal. It faces a May 1st deadline to enter a binding agreement. Chrysler also reportedly asked the government for more bailout money, but that request amount is unknown. The same-sex marriage battle is now making its way to Capitol Hill, sort of. Washington, D.C. proper, as in the city, voted to recognize same-sex marriages performed in other states. The city council passed the measure unanimously, but since it's D.C., kind of like a state, but not really. It's kind of like a wannabe state, like all the other states go out to play and Washington, D.C. can't come. Anyway, the bill will now be subject to a 30-day congressional review. Lawmakers will likely have to tackle the politically sensitive issue after dodging it for years. The D.C. council vote came the same day Vermont legalized same-sex marriages. Finally, some people love her, others hate her, but she's still making headlines. Alaska Governor Sarah Palin. One Texas man, at the suggestion of Fox News, is starting a fund to help her pay her legal bills. She owes some $500,000 to an attorney for her legal defense in the Troopergate case. Palin says she doesn't want the money, but this man, Clayton Pasley, doesn't care. He's sending his cash anyway. I should give that guy my address. That's your Week in Politics. I'm Mike Westervelt.
Now it's time for your local weather update.
Let's go ahead and start by taking a look at our weather highlight. We've actually had a cold start to the week with high temperatures earlier in the week on Monday and Tuesday of only in the 40s. However, we're going to be returning back to those normal spring-like temperatures. One thing you do want to note is actually those below freezing temperatures overnight that we saw are not unusual. These are the average freeze dates, which means the last day of the season that you see below freezing temperatures. And actually, you can see for Bloomington, that's in April 14th, a little bit later, April 17th in Indianapolis. And for West Lafayette, the average freeze date is actually end of April, April 30th. So we probably will see another freeze before the end of the season. And the actual record was back in 1961, and the freeze was on May 27th. So let's just hope we don't see those temperatures later. Let's go ahead and take a look at our almanac. Normal for this time of year is actually a high of 60, low of 39. Last year was 67, 44, so right around normal. And we will be returning back to the 60s later in the week. Taking a look at Saturday, we see there's going to be a high pressure system that will push all that rain on Friday out, and it'll be a nice, partly cloudy, sunny day on Saturday, and more of the same on Sunday. The high pressure continues to dominate the area, so another dry day in central Indiana. However, there is a system developing out in the Texas-Oklahoma region that will push into the day on Monday. Taking a look at our 7-day, we see those rain chances on Monday with a high of 54 and a little bit of drop in temperature, but then we're warming right back up to the 60s on Wednesday with a high of 61 and 62 on Thursday.
After a short break, we'll have Purdue's latest green update.
And we'll join Brian Wolf for another special weather note. Stay tuned.
Tired of the same old packaged meals in your dorm or apartment? Then make sure that you check out Wiley's Dining Court, the latest addition to Purdue's dining halls. Wiley offers a wide selection of meals that you can customize, including make your own pastas, pizzas, deli, and salads. Specific to Wiley is the Churrascaria Brazilian Steakhouse, where they have a unique way of serving food. You can fuel up for a day of classes, grab some lunch, or unwind with friends at Wiley any day of the week. Make sure you get your next meal at Wiley.